Hey everyone, Happy New Year. It's 2019. Welcome back to the Waterstones vlog. It's Will here. And with a whole year of reading to look ahead to, I'm quite excited. There are some quite exciting books coming up in 2019. I wanted to share a few of them with you today. There are obviously some big books from some big names. You know, we've got Marlon James, the Man Booker Prize winner. He's got a new fantasy trilogy, which is coming and beginning with Black Leopard, Red Wolf. Beginning of this year. We've got new books from Ian McEwan, the next book in Ali Smith's seasonal trilogy, a new book from David Nichols, we've got a new book from Nicola Barker, we've got all sorts of exciting things going on. Is this the year we may get Hilary Mantel's next book? I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath, but it might be, you never know. But I'm going to share with you some more personal recommendations. So these are books by authors that I've read previously and loved, or authors that I'm excited about for 2019. And so I'm just going to share a few books. I'm going to start off with this one here. You Know You Want This by Kristen Rapinian. So Kristen is the author of Cat Person, which is the short story that went sort of viral last year. This is her debut story collection. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I'm hoping that it will prove that Cat Person wasn't a one-off fluke and that she's a writer to really keep an eye on for the future. One writer who did catch my eye last year and whose next book I was very excited about was Leila Slimani. So her first book, Lullaby, which told the story of a murderous nanny in France, was absolutely amazing, and I sort of highlighted it at the beginning of last year, went on to read it, absolutely loved it, was very, very excited to get a copy of this in my hand. This is about sex addiction and promises to be just as powerful and incredible to read. She's got fantastic style of writing, and also she's well translated, brilliantly translated by Sam Taylor. So definitely something to look out for, which is coming in, he said, quickly checking, February. So there we go. Also coming in February, and also from Faber, who are on a bit of a roll already this year, is this book here, Muscle by Alan Trotter. This is a debut novel. Alan is a very talented young man, and so I was very excited to get a hold of this book, and he has not disappointed. On the front here you can see a sort of tough with his knuckle dusters in his hand, and it is peopled by two main characters like that, but plenty of others as well. But rather than it just simply being a story of street toughs, this is an incredibly clever novel about these characters, but they're sort of more like the toughs that you'd find in a Harold Pinter play. They sort of, look hard but speak with amazing language. I don't want to give too much away, but it's far more complicated than it would seem at the outset, and does some very clever things with form and style. It will blow your mind ever so slightly. So that is Muscle by Alan Trotter, which is also coming in February. Moving into March now, and another book from Faber, but this is Lanny by Max Porter. Max Porter, of course, wrote Grief is the Thing with Feathers, which was an incredible read. I was very excited to get a hold of a copy of this. I read it in a single sitting on New Year's Day, and I think I may already have read my favourite book of 2019, which is a bit of a shame for all the other books that are coming out, but this book absolutely blew me away. I found it a very emotional reading experience, partly because I think of sitting down and just reading it from cover to cover in one go. It really is that kind of book. I was compelled to turn the pages and to finish it. I found it very upsetting. I will talk more fulsomely about it, but it is about the English countryside, it's about parenthood, it's about English myth, and it does incredible things with language, as of course you would expect from Max Porter. So there you go, Lanny by Max Porter, which is coming in March. Moving now on to April, and I have a couple of books from a couple of young black female writers which I think are really interesting. So first up we have Queenie by Candice Carty-Williams, which has been described as a kind of black Bridget Jones. So not the kind of book that I would pick up initially. There's been a lot of buzz about this book. I'm not sure whether I'm the intended audience, but I have a feeling that it will be very entertaining. It's very now, it's very of the moment, and she's a very smart cookie, Candice, so I shall look forward to reading that a little bit later in the year. And finally, this is Character Breakdown by Zoe Ashton, who is an actress. You may know her for playing Vod in Fresh Meat. She's done all sorts of other stuff as well. And this is a sort of memoir, but it's really, from what I can see, and I've only had a quick flick, it's not just a sort of straight memoir. Some of the scenes are written as film scripts or play scripts, and so there's this clever playing with form. And I think it promises to be a really interesting look at what it means to be an actor, what it means to work in that sort of area, and possibly more also what it means to be a young female actress and also a young black female actress. I think there's going to be lots of interesting stuff in there. Obviously I have a personal interest in acting, but I think, you know, she's somebody who I'm really interested to see her take on it. So that is Character Breakdown by Zawa Ashton, which is out in April as well. So there you go, just a little smattering of books to kind of pique your interest for 2019. As I said, there's going to be loads of really, really exciting books coming up this year. Me and the other vloggers are very excited about sharing them with you. So do subscribe, do join us again next week for more recommendations. But until then, take care.